Thank y'all for checking out this video. Welcome to the channel. We're going to get straight to it. I just binge watched the first 3 episodes of Snowfall. I was slacking, didn't keep up with it at first. I love the show. Life, man, got in the way. We trying something new on the channel with the content, video games, and media. Other forms of media, my bad. TV shows, movies, I love them all. So we're just going to try it, see if we like it, see if y'all rocking with it. We're going to keep on going. So far, these episodes start off kind of slow, but I see what they get into. They started off with my dude Glenn Davis. My bad if I messed up your name, bro. R.I.P. I know a little bit about the history of all of this. I know a little bit about the backstory of what really happened and everything. I have family that grew up during that time era, and how everything played out. So I got a little bit of backstory. So I do like that they tie in everything that really was like the monumental moments into the show. So I think now this season we finna see the crash unit come into play when they really came hard on everybody trying to get that out there. They about to go hard on Franklin, and I think this is probably, I would say, the beginning of the end for the show, in a sense that we all know how this ends. At the beginning of the end starts from somewhere. They planting seeds with how divided everybody is. Everybody's really only still cool with Franklin because it's like if we turn on him, we going down. A lot of tension. A lot of people ain't liking how he moving, but he's still the man, so they still listen. So with his pops, I don't think he's dead. I think Teddy told him, hey, either leave town or I'm killing your whole family. He probably sent him off to Colombia. He probably in the jungles doing something. I don't know. And he might be out there actually in the field, hands on with it. That's what he might be doing right now, but I don't think he's dead. I think eventually he's probably going to pop back up on his own terms. And he might say, you know what, forget it. I'm telling everything about what happened. So he's going to expose everything, which is going to become the great divide between Franklin and Teddy. And then Franklin's probably going to really learn that he's not CIA anymore and that he's just been working him as his own, which is going to cause him to have that big fallout. Those are just my thoughts. And then one thing that I'm noticing about everybody, well, not everybody, Peaches to be exact. He got that runny nose. That could only mean one or two things. My second thought is from left field, just something I'm thinking based off the time period, the area, and just a little bit of his character. Now, the first thing is he could be on that pookie. He could be on it like how everybody else is doing it recreationally. Like, it's not just for the crackheads. Now, everybody's doing coke. He could be doing that, done burnt some holes in his nose with the constant sniffling, da-da-da-da. That's one thing. Now, my own personal theory that I'm thinking based off his being in the 80s, and a lot of things were going on in the 80s, and there was a big HIV AIDS. I do think out of left field, hey, he could have it. I don't know, just based off little signs. He's sick, he's coughing, and he has a runny nose. The coughing is what makes me think it's not 100% coke or drugs. Because, yeah, you have a runny nose from doing the coke, but the coughing and feeling sick, he's always tired, he looks out of it, which lets me think he probably has HIV. And then they did the whole where Frank was like, nah, don't touch me, I don't want to get that. Subtle things like that are leaning me towards he probably does have it. It probably won't play a major factor in this show. It's probably just them trying to be historically accurate with what was going on during the times, which is why I do think, the more that I'm talking about it now, I do think he probably does have HIV AIDS over being on drugs, because we haven't really ever seen him with a woman, or hell, even he probably might not be gay. He might have got it from a woman. You never know. But I do think we will learn that he does have HIV AIDS. I don't know if that'll really impact anybody else. It'll just show more of just to be accurate for the time period. That's what I do think will happen with them. And then also with the season, I'm still waiting for them to jump into more of some of the bigger aspects of the whole drugs, because they haven't shown what's going on down south to Arkansas when they took everything down there, because I know that becomes a whole nother big thing. Honestly, they could probably start another show about what happens with drugs down south when they introduce it there. And then, but some little nitpicky things about the show right now, it seems like it's a little bit, at times they doing a little bit too much, being like overly animated with the characters. Like when the dude had the pot he was cooking in Louis' office, I was like, that just was like, why? I didn't get it. It just was just random. It seemed like they're trying to be a little bit too like, haha, he's crazy, or haha, just funny elements. Y'all could have left that out for me personally. And then old boy slicing his ear off with the sword. I get it, Scully's crazy, but that just seems like overly animated for no real reason. Like, let's just make him seem more extra crazy. I do know back then ninjas and the whole kung fu was a big thing, which they probably playing into that. So which is why I'm not having a big deal with it, because I do know it's the time period. Certain things are influencing people. That could be that. No problem with it, but it's just like, I wouldn't have done it if it was my show. Now with Franklin, I get why he's so paranoid, because he knows, like, he knows a lot more than he's telling everybody else, which is he's keeping it to himself for good reasons, because he knows if he told them everything he knew, they wouldn't just fall for it and fall in line with him. Now him and Louis and they beef, I don't know whose side I'm on, because I get it. She want to go out and do her own thing, but then Franklin is like, but I'm helping you do your own thing, so why not just all keep this in-house? So I do think that's going to cause a big issue. And I do think it's going to lead to somebody dying. I'm still in between if it's going to be Louis or Jerome who's going to die. It's just a lot of small things with the confessing your love for her husband and them saying they're a team and da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, somebody's gonna die. And then I wonder if they're gonna bring Mel back into the picture some way, somehow. Leon, I think, well, they showed in the preview that the police do come end up raiding the projects. And then he's gonna find out somehow that that dude's connected to Louis. Louis is gonna end up doing something wrong, which is gonna divide everybody in the family completely, I think. I don't know if it's gonna be a huge divide just yet, but it might wait later on. We'll see. And then just to double back on my theory with his dad, another reason why I don't think his dad is dead,
can you spot the two things that don't match?
When Reed came to visit him, Franklin's mom also lived there.
Hint 2,
there was no signs of, like, if he was really dead, you would think there'd be signs of the building, like the apartment would be a little messy, show signs of a struggle. Obviously there was no signs of a struggle because nobody off top assumes he's dead. Like, imagine if you came back and your significant other is gone and you just see everything torn up, beat up, table flipped. You'd be like, oh, dang, something happened. He might be dead. But the fact that they're acting as if he left lets me know, like, okay, nobody, they don't think he's dead. They think he's more so he just left. Franklin only thinks he's dead because he knows, well, Franklin only assumes he could be because of Reed. More so if his mother was acting as if he might be dead, then I might believe it. But his mom, just this small time they showed her on the phone, and her congratulating Franklin for having a baby, even though it was really quickly, I think if he was dead, she would have mentioned something about the father being gone in that moment. That's just me, I could be wrong. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. I will be posting more videos on various shows and movies that I'm watching, video game content, all of that coming soon. Be on the lookout. Appreciate y'all for watching, listening, doing whatever you do. See y'all in the next video. Briscoe and I'm out. Later.